Hello students, welcome you all. I'm Parul Gupta, your computer science teacher. So as you all know that students that we have already started with our chapter 1. So in today's session also we're going to continue with our chapter 1 only. Okay. So the topic that what we are going to discuss in today's session that we're going to talk about first. Okay children. Yes, so these are the topics that what we're going to cover in today's session. The first is dictionaries. Dictionary, actually this is the large data type in Python, as we have discussed already the 4 data types in the previous video. Okay, so this is one of the next data type, as there are total 5 data types in Python. Okay, the first 4 we have discussed, that is numbers, strings, list, tuples, and this is the 5th one, that is dictionaries. Okay, then come to our next topic, that is mutable and immutable types and expressions. These are the topics that what we are going to discuss in this session. Okay children, so let's start with our first topic, that is dictionaries. Yes, the dictionaries. The dictionary is an unordered set of comma. Each key is separated from its value by a colon sign, that is key colon value. Okay, and within the curly bracket. Dictionary, as I told you, it is a part of data type in Python only, as the 4 data type we have already discussed, and this is the 5th data type that what we're going to talk about. The dictionary, what is the meaning of dictionary? Dictionary basically represented in the in this curly bracket, that is what mentioned here, and in dictionary we are representing the keys along with their value, and this is the syntax for defining the key with their value, that is key colon value, and there should be a comma between each key. Okay, so this is basically the dictionary. Yes, there are unique keys in a dictionary, that is no two keys can be same. Basically whatever the keys we are representing in a dictionary, that should be unique. No two keys should be same. Like if I'm representing one key, that is A, so then my next key would be B. It can't be A once again. Clear? So that means each key should be unique. As I think you have learned one term, primary key, in a database management, that what is the role of primary key? Primary key uniquely identifies each record in a table, right? So here also key, whatever the keys we are representing in a dictionary, that should be unique. Clear? So the value of keys can be of any data type, but keys must be immutable data type. Whatever the values we are representing along with the key, that can be of any data type, but the keys must be immutable. Immutable means something that can never be changed. Okay, and the keys always be either integers, either string. Okay, yes, so the example that what I have designed here is, I have taken one dictionary, created one dictionary with the name vowels, and first one key is A, and this is the value of A, that is 1. Then the second key is E, and this 2 is the value of E. And then third key is I. As you can see, there is a comma between each key and the colon between a key and a value. Okay, so what I'm doing right now here, I'm representing the vowels in a dictionary. Clear? So the first key is A, and this 1 is the value. Second key is E, and this 2 is the value of E. Then third key is I, and this 3 is the value of I. The next key is O, and 4 is the value of O. Then similarly the last key, that is U, and 5 is the value of key, that is U. And you can see that each key is unique, as there is no two keys of same. No two keys are same. Clear? So as I have mentioned here also, that in this A, E, I, O, U are the keys, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are the values for these keys. Clear? So this is basically the last data type in Python, that is dictionaries. Clear? What you keep in your mind, that it is represented in this curly bracket. Each key should be unique. There is a comma between each key, and we are assigning the key along with their value by using this colon sign. Clear? Yes, now come to the next one, that is accessing values in a dictionary. Suppose if we have already created a dictionary, okay, and if we want to access the value of that particular key, how we can do that in Python, that we are going to talk about. Okay, like the dictionary same, that is A, E, I, O, U, where A, E, O, I, U is a key, and this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is their value. So I want the value of a key, so this is the command, that print function I have used vowels, as this is the name of the dictionary, and for which key I want the value. So I have mentioned here A, and the value I have assigned here. So the output that what I am getting is vowel A is, the value of this vowel A is 1, as you can see. Okay, now let's do this program practically on a Python idle shell. Yes, so this is my Python idle shell. Let me create the dictionary with the name vowels. Okay, then equals to, then I have told you this curly bracket. Okay, then first is A, then colon, then 1, then comma, then B, then colon, then the value is 2, comma, sorry, vowel I am creating now, so not E, then not B, then it's E, colon, then 2. Okay, then comma, then I, then colon, then 3, then comma, then O, then colon, then 4, then comma, then U, then colon, then 5. Okay, then this curly bracket close. Syntax error I am getting. Why? Because in here I have used semicolon instead of colon. Okay, no worry, let me do this again and correct that. I mentioned semicolon, it's colon. This is okay. This now clear. And why we are getting syntax? Because instead of colon, as I told you, there is a colon sign between the key as well as between the key and the value, and over there I have used semicolon instead of colon. Okay, so now I want to access the value, so print, then curly, then parenthesis, then the name of the dictionary is vowels. Okay, then I want the value of O. Okay, then semicolon, then double inverted commas, then comma, then mention vowels, then it's O, then it's clear. Yes, so the value of O is 4, and here I have already assigned. Okay, so this is the way of accessing the values in a dictionary. Okay, so you should keep you should learn about the syntax, how to access the value. The function is saying that is print. This first we have to mention the key along with the value, then it automatically gives the value of that particular key, that is O. Clear? This is all about the dictionary. So now come to our next topic, that is mutable and immutable types. So first we are going to discuss about immutable. What is immutable? The immutable types are those that can never change their value in place. Means their values cannot be changed. That can never change their value in place. The example of immutable type is, what is the example of this immutable type? That is tuples, the best example of immutable type. In Python, the following types are immutable: integers, floating point numbers, boolean, strings, tuple. But tuple is the example of immutable type, means their value cannot be changed. Whatever you have assigned, that will remain same. Let me give you the example. Suppose if I have created the tuple, you can say, yes, like here I have assigned the value, that is P equals to 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that means this is the tuple, and tuple always represented in the parenthesis. And if I want P 0 equals to, I want let it be 5, means what does this means? I want on 0 position. Suppose this is the position 0, then 1, then 2, then 3. I want on 0 position, instead of 1, 5 will come. So I will not get 5. I'll get a error message. That I'll show you practically on the Python. Okay. In immutable types, the variable names are stored as reference to a value object. Each time we change the value, the variable reference memory address changes. What does this mean? Suppose if I mention here p equal to 5. So wherever the 5 is stored in the Python library, okay, that contains one specific address. Okay, if I change the value, suppose if I have mentioned here I have mentioned p equal to 5, and if I assign p equal to 10, so wherever the 10 is, then the address will also change. Means every value has its own unique address. Clear? Like here it's written p equal to 5, q equal to p, so that means p is 5, so automatically q is also 5 and r is also 5. So that means p equal to 5, the address is 208. Similarly, the address of q, which is equal to p, and although the value of p is 5, so the q is also 208 and r is automatically 208. So means in immutable types, the variable names are stored, okay, as reference to a value object. Each time we change the value, the variable reference memory address also change. Means this is the memory address. 208 is the memory address of the value which is 5, and this is stored in the variable name p. Okay, as we all know, what is variable? Variable that stores a value, right? And each value has its own unique address. If you change the value, yes, then address will also change. Okay, so that is the next, that is p is 10 and r is 7. So the p is 10, the reference address is also changed, that is 288 according to the 10, and r is 7, so this is 7, so this is again the reference address of r is 7, and q is equal to r, and the value of r is 7, so the reference address of q is also here, it's 240. Okay, so what you need to keep in mind, that in immutable type, whatever the list that you have already created, that cannot be changed. Now I'm showing you practically. Yes, so let me create one tuple list, that is, let it be r equals to, in parentheses I have to give, okay, that is 6 comma 7 comma 8 comma 9. Yes, so this tuple I have already created. Now I want to change the address, so I want that on r position 1, okay, the value comes, should be 7, let it be 33. Okay, so let's check. Yes, I'm getting an error. Why? Because this I have created, which is a tuple, okay, and on 0th position the value is 6, on first position the value is 7, but here what I've written, that r on first position instead of 733 will come, so it will not take. Object does not support item assignment, because as we know that tuples, whatever the values that you have already assigned, that cannot be changed, that is immutable. Clear? Clear? So this is about immutable. Okay. Yes, so now come to our next type, that is mutable types. The mutable types are those whose value can be changed in place. That means that in the same memory address, new value can be stored when you want. Means here we have seen that whatever the value has been assigned to a particular this variable, to a particular value, means suppose 5 is the value and their memory address is 208. So if we change the value, yes, the memory address also change. So but what happen in mutable type, that if mutable types are those whose value can be changed in place, that means in the memory address new value can be stored. So only these 3 types are mutable in Python, that is list, dictionary, set. Means what you need to keep in mind, that if in mutable type we can change the values whatever we have assigned. The example of this mutable type is list, okay, but if we change the value, okay, means if we want on the same address some another value can be stored, so yes, it can be stored. Let's check the example. Yes, so this is the example. So that list has been created 2 4 6. What I want, that on first position, okay, this is the first position, this is 0, this is 1, this is 2. First position, instead of the value for 10 would be there, so yes, on first position it take 10 instead of 4. You can see the values. So let's check this now on the Python shell. As we have seen that in immutable type it didn't take, but in mutable type it takes. And the example of this mutable type is list, and the example of immutable type is tuples. Now let's check this practically. So let's create the list first of all. List equals to 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Okay, close. And what I want, that is list second position it takes 6 is there, I want it to be 10. Okay, so let's type print list. Yes, you can see that on second position it takes. On 0 position same, that is 4. First position it is same, that is 5. On second position earlier it was 6, now it was 10. So this is the basic difference between mutable and immutable type. What happened in mutable, on the same place you can change the value. Okay, but in immutable type it doesn't happen, as that is a non editable field, immutable. Okay, so the example of immutable is tuples, and the example of this, you can say the mutable is list. Clear? So this is all about the mutable and immutable types in Python. So now come to our next topic, that is expressions in Python. Now what is expression? An expression in Python is any valid combination of operators, literals and variable. Expression, basically the statement that what we have created, it's basically a combination of operator as we have discussed, arithmetic operator, logical operator, relational operator, we have discussed literals if we are assigning any value, constant, right, and variables. Okay, so this is a combination of all these three types. So these are the expressions in Python: arithmetic expression, second is string expression, third is relational expression, and the fourth is logical expression. Okay, so now let's talk about each expression one by one. Yes, the first one is arithmetic expression. It involves numbers. Arithmetic involves numbers, that is integers, floating point and complex number, and arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operators are plus, addition, multiplication, division, minus, percentage, you can say the remainder if I want. Okay, and this float division. Okay, so the example of this, suppose 6 divide 2. Okay, and this is a combination of numbers. Okay, and the operator, that is division. Clear? Come to the next one, that is relational expression. An expression having literals and or variables of any valid type and relational operators. So relational operators are literals, we all know, if we assign any constant value, and variables you all know, if we declare or if we have created any variable, and these are the relational operators: greater than, less than, greater than equal, less than equal, then equal, equal, then not equal. Okay, suppose if I have mentioned if x greater than y. Okay, as these two are the variable, and this is what, the relational operator. Clear? So this is the relational expression. Come to the next one, that is logical expression. An expression having literals and or variable of any valid type and logical operators. Logical operators are or, and, not. Okay, so the example of logical operators are or, and, not. Okay, I'll give you the example of this after this. Next is string expression. Python also provide two string operators, that is plus and star. When combined with string operands and integers, form string expressions. Python also provide two string operator. Okay, these are the operators for the string, that is plus and star. When combined with operands and integer, form string. Like example, and string plus operator and then. So what I'm getting, and then, this is concatenation, combination. And here is and star 2, means 2 times it's coming, and that is replication. Clear? So these are the expression and the types of expression. Now I'm going to explain this with the example. Yes, so these are the example. Consider the following expression, as this is the expression that is a comma b equal to 3 comma 6 and c equals to b by a. Okay, you have to find out the final result and the final data type. Okay, so like here the value of a is 3 and the value of b is 6. So c is b divide a. So 6 divide 3 gives you 2.0. Why this number comes in float? Why? Because the operator divide is used, which always gives the result in floating point. Means जब आप सिंबल या ऑपरेटर डिवाइड यूज करोगे तो चाहे वो दोनों नंबर इंटीजर, लेकिन वो आंसर हमेशा किस में देगा? फ्लोट में देगा. Float means in decimal form. So 6 divided 3 is 2. So the answer final comes in float only. So the final answer is 2.0 and the final data type is floating. Float. Okay. Then comes to the next. That is a comma b equal to 3 comma 6. Value of a is 3 and b is 6. C equals to b. Float division a. Okay. This float division it's take. So 6 divided 3 gives you 2. Right, this is integer, this is also integer, so the answer it's given is integer only. Why? Because of this operator float division. If two numbers are integers, so the final result will also be an integer form. Clear? And the final data type for this is int only. Clear? Now consider one more example. Yes, this is the third example, that is a comma b equal to 3 comma 6.0. Value of a is 3 and the value of b is 6.0. So this 3 is int data type and the 6.0 is float data type. So the c is b, remainder a, means you have to find out the remainder when b is divided by a. Okay, so c equals to 6.0 divided 3, so the answer remainder we will get is 0.0. Why? Because this 6.0 is float and this 3 is int. So the final data type would come will be in a float only. Okay. So these are the few examples in which we have a few expressions are given. We have to find out the final result along with the final data type. Clear? Yes, one more question is there, that how would following relational expressions be internally interpreted by Python? So these are the examples. So the first example is p is greater than q and this q is less than y. So how interpreter will interpret this statement, this expression, that is what it internally works, that p is greater than q and q is less than y. This is for first. Okay, and the second statement is the expression you can say is a is less than equal to n and this n is less than equal to b. So how interpreter interpret this expression, that a is less than equal to n and n is less than equal to b. So these how interpreter interpret this relational expressions. Okay. Yes, so this is all about the expressions and few examples that what we have discussed. So now come to another topic, that is statement flow control. I think you all have learned about some conditional statement. You all know about the looping that we are going to discuss in this particular topic. Okay, so the first one, what is conditional? Conditional means some condition we are means we put in our particular program, so that if condition is true, so that whatever the content we have given in that particular condition, that will be executed. But if the condition false, okay, then that content will not be executed and then it comes out from that particular condition. Okay, like a conditional is a statement set which is executed on the basis of result of a condition. Okay, condition में जो भी कंटेंट आपने दिया है वो तभी एग्जीक्यूट होगा if that condition is true. Okay, so this is the expression of giving the statement. Okay, like if, that is a part of conditional statement. If conditional expression we have to give here, then this colon sign, then the statement. Okay, this is the syntax for defining the condition in Python. First we have to write if, few more are there that we're going to discuss. Then in this we have to mention the conditional expression, means whatever the condition you want to put in your program, then colon sign and then statement. Like here I have given one example, that if a is greater than b, then colon, means if a, the value of a is more as compared to b, then print a has more than b has. Okay, but if the condition falls, then this statement will not get executed. ओके मतलब अगर हमारी स्टेटमेंट फॉल्स हो जाती है तो वो एग्जीक्यूट नहीं होगी। क्लियर? सो दिस इज अबाउट द कंडीशनल स्टेटमेंट। ओके, और कंडीशनल इन पाइथन, हाउ इट वर्क्स, हाउ इट डिफाइन, हाउ इट गेट्स एग्जीक्यूटेड। Okay, if we are putting the condition, that means our condition is either true or either false. If it is true, then whatever the content we have given in that particular condition, that will get executed. But if it got false, then the content will not get executed. Clear? So I hope this has been clear to you. So just revise the topic that what we have discussed in today's session, okay, and practice all the programs. Okay, whatever the basic programs are there in your book, also those who are having book, start implementing that. Clear, children?